Guys, we are back, and guess what? We are reacting to my races from the last episode of American Ninja Warrior. If you guys don't know, this year on A&W, instead of the 4 stages in Vegas, we are doing head-to-head racing all the way until the finals. So I just made the top 64. Oh my gosh. So I just made it to the top 64. And what does that mean, right? So this season started with around 300 people. It's down to 64, and now we're in groups of 4. They put us into groups of 4 based on how we did in semifinals. I failed the invisible ladder in semis, so I'm going to be facing some higher seeds and some lower seeds, and I'm more in the middle. My group ended up being Flyboy, 𝗘𝗟𝗘𝗖𝗧, Shawn Bryan, the 𝗃𝗄𝗏 Ninja, and Annabella Heinrich. And to move on, I have to win 2 out of these 3 races, or I'm cooked.
And I don't want to be cooked, because I don't want to go home. I want to make it. I want to keep moving on. I want to win the show.
Anyway, we're going to be reacting to all 3 of my races tonight. I raced each of them once. And remember, I have to win 2 out of these 3 races to move on. And we're starting out with the race against Shawn Bryan. And this race is actually my craziest race I've ever had in the history of my career on the show. Not even craziest race, craziest run. So if you haven't seen it, we're going to react right now. And we're going to be reacting not only to the run, but to the behind-the-scenes sideline version of the run. So you get a really close look at what's actually happening there on the course. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so Shawn is an icon of the sport, obviously. So I knew I had to push it really hard because he's going to go fast. So I linked this first move, which put me ahead because he took 1 backswing. But then I jump up to pole graspers, and I do a loop-de-loop. I don't know what I was doing there, which put him ahead. So it's kind of back and forth at the start. I was ahead because I linked. He got ahead because I made a mistake. And now we're even on these poles moving through pretty quickly. And we basically dismount at the same time. Now let me pause this real quick. This is where the run went wrong. Like, I made a huge mistake here, and we're going to play it. So I go forward tech on the salmon ladder. I kick forward. Oh, my gosh. It's crazy every time I watch it. So I actually kicked the floating monkey bar out of the cradle. Watch slow motion. And it hit me in the head, too, which I didn't even remember. I don't remember any of this. I blacked out at this point. Because how are you meant to remember that? Like, it's like the craziest thing ever. So now I'm thinking in my head one of 2 things. At first, I'm like, oh, they'll hand it back up to me. Then I realize the bar's in the water. They're not handing anything back up to me. Go. I have to go now. What am I going to do? I get to the top of the salmon ladder, and I just throw to the next bar. So Shawn's already moving ahead, as you can see. So now I'm on 1 bar like, oh my gosh, am I actually going to have to hop this thing? And I've trained it before. I've been in the gym, and I've trained the hops before. So I was like, this is my one saving grace. I've done this in training 1 time. So let's see if I can do it. Here we go. Backswing. I'm over water, by the way. Land the first one. Okay, I want to make another hop. Land the second one. Oh my gosh, I made it. So now they cut away from me for a second. So we're going to go to my actual run. So I land the second one, and I'm going to slow-mo that part. When I land the second one, I actually landed it on the edge. Oh my gosh, it almost came off. And that would have been a fall into the water too. So I can't explain to you how scary it is to do a hop on floating monkey bars over water. It literally feels like you're going to fall every time. Anyway, moving through. 14-foot dismount to the end. That was a huge dismount. And now I'm behind. I didn't even know what these felt like. It was my first time trying them. And I was a little bit behind. I was probably 1 piston behind him. But I'm just moving through. And Shawn starts swinging for it. Gets a little backswing. And misses a hand. I catch it on the very back. Dismount and watch this reaction. I am just like, what happened?
Oh my God!
I am so shocked. It was the craziest moment I've ever had in my life on a ninja course. Because I thought I was down and out. Like, I literally dropped the monkey bar and had to hop 1 all the way across. And in rules, I remember we went through the walkthrough. People were joking about hopping 1. They were like, oh, can we hop 1? And they were like, no one's going to do that. But I guess you could if you wanted to. And then it ended up happening on my first run. But I'm grateful for it because it made a great moment. So now that puts my record at 1-0 going into race number 2, which was against Flyboy 𝗘𝗟𝗘𝗖𝗧. All right. And we're off. We're pretty even through the steps. We land at the same time. Same technique on the second obstacle, swinging frames. He dismounts a little bit quicker. And at this point, honestly, Flyboy was just ahead for a good portion of the race. And by that, I mean the rest of the race. Like, he was just cooked through the poles. And I was trying to keep up, but you can't even see me at this point right now. Now you can see me. I'm just like a couple swings behind on everything. He started monkey bars. He was on the 3rd one when I reached to the 1st one. And I knew I had to make up a little bit of time, so I'm pulling through. Flyboy's already off. At this point, I'm basically commentating Flyboy's run. But I did a big skip on monkey bars to get out of there. Flyboy's pulling through. They show his last move. He's out of there. He had the fastest time by over 10 seconds. And then I'm on the second to last piston. So Flyboy won. He won the race. I was upset, but I knew I had to go fast, and that was as fast as I could have gone at the time. And then I finished the course in 55, which was the second fastest time at the point. But it was like 8 seconds slower than Flyboy. So, you know, not my best race. However, that puts me at 1-1. So now, at this point, I had to beat Annabella to move on. Let's watch this last race. Me and Annabella are off. I'm ahead at first. I still decided to link this second obstacle, so we'll watch the pull through. I just wanted to get that early lead, and I was a little scared of that link because I saw a lot of good people fail it. Now, since I was a little bit ahead, I decided to take my time on these pulls, make sure I had it locked in. I wasn't trying to go too crazy because as long as I was ahead, I was fine. If she started catching up, though, I knew I would have had to cook. So I'm through the poles, and now I just want to clear the obstacle, right? So moving on to salmon ladder, skipping straight up. Making sure not to kick the monkey bar out this time. Like, oh my gosh, bro. So scary. I had PTSD for the rest of the comp after that. Getting my hands set. Moving through monkey bars. So I knew if I cleared, then I could move on. Made the dismount. And now I'm taking my rest. Because Annabella right now is getting ready to do salmon ladder. I'm getting ready to do piston. So I knew all you got to do is clear this obstacle. And you can move on. It's time to go. So now we're pulling through. Keeping it locked off. These pistons are slippery too, guys. They're one of the hardest obstacles I've done in racing ever. One big backswing. Hold on tight. I locked it in. Now get out of there. Run. Jump for the buzzer. Boom. We hit it. And that's it. We're moving on to the bracket. It was a super fun bracket. I ended up winning 2 out of my 3 races, which put me in second for my bracket, which means I'm officially moving on to the tournament. So that's going to be coming out in 2 weeks, guys. You have to stay tuned for the tournament. It is going to be crazy. There's more races on next week's episode before the tournament. But honestly, I'm so stoked about racing. Like, these racing episodes are the craziest thing ever. So I'm really happy I was able to make it to them, and I'm even more happy I was able to make it to the tournament. So let me know, guys. After next episode, I want you to drop in the comments who you think is going to win the whole tournament. I'm looking to win, obviously. But if I don't win, who do you think is going to do it? There's going to be 32 amazing athletes all going head-to-head, and one's going to come out with the win at the end. And all I have to say is, you are in for a treat. If you thought last night's episode was crazy, I'm filming this on Tuesday, right after that episode. But if you thought that episode was crazy, just wait for the other episodes. Your mind is going to be blown. Your mind is going to be blown. There is no way you can even predict what's going to happen. And that's going to be it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed the racing breakdown, let me know in the comments. And let me know if you want more racing breakdowns when it comes to the tournament. And I can even break down the whole final episodes if you want. I really like making these videos. So let me know. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Goodbye.